Breaking news tonight, Nebraska Medicine is taking the Nebraska Board of Regents to court. It's over the board's approval of a deal with Clarkson Regional Health Services to fully acquire Nebraska Medicine for $800 million, ending a 30-year partnership. Nebraska Medicine is asking to stop it from happening and says it's to protect their mission.
Since the announcement of the proposed deal, Nebraska Medicine's leaders have raised questions about patient health care and how the university would be involved. University President Dr. Gold has said nothing would change. Gold has also said they legally cannot refuse the deal because of a 2016 agreement giving Clarkson the right to withdraw. We've reached out to the board and the university for comment.